Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Yeah.
It's the Kaos boy.
Okay.
The Kaos boy.
We working. Hey, on your mark, ready, set, now here we go. It might be chaotic, so you already know. We talking sports, entertainment, current events, and more. You gotta tune in to see what's in store. This for my ladies and my players. Tell them they should pay us. The host with the most.
All right, man.
Cause chaos.
One thing we gotta talk about is the singer David. So if you don't know, David is a young singer, I think in his 20s. He's been famous on the internet and actually just had a pretty big tour going on up until recently.
So on September 8th, while David was currently on tour, apparently his Tesla car was reported as abandoned and therefore it was impounded. And while being on the impound lot, I'm guessing the workers reported a bad smell coming from the vehicle, so they called the police. And after the police was called and they eventually opened the Tesla, they found a partially decomposing corpse of a dead girl, which sounds pretty horrific. Eventually, the car's ownership was traced back to being David's and he was contacted by the police. But as I stated earlier, he was away from home. And after they found the body, he didn't fly home right afterwards because that's what a normal person would do. He told them that he would fully cooperate while he's still on tour.
Ex-underage girlfriend was found in his Tesla in the impound lot. She had been missing for over a year. And they found her decomposed body in his Tesla in the impound lot. And while this was happening, David was out on tour. When he found out about it, he said he would fully, he would fully cooperate and whatever they need, but he stayed on tour. They allowed him to stay on tour. That's the more crazy part. So, comes to find out that David had been in a relationship with her. When they found her body, they found a tattoo that said "shh" on her finger, and he has a matching one as well. So everybody knows it's been a big thing that they knew about them having a relationship, and now that she has been found. R.I.P. and condolences for their family and everything. I don't know what's more disturbing, that this guy was allowed to stay on world tour while this happened, or that the girl was underage, been missing over a year. So apparently when she first went missing, they figured out that she just ran away with him and was living with him, and the parents, I guess, allowed her to stay. Now imagine your teenage daughter run away with basically a man because he was an adult, and you allow that to happen. Later on, to come and find out that she comes up missing and nobody's seen or heard from him, and he's found dead in his car. Couple things here. A lot of people say, well, man, he couldn't have done it. He was on tour. This body was decomposed. This body's been there for a long time to be at the level of decomposing that it was. That's number one. Number two, it is virtually impossible to steal a fucking Tesla. You can track a Tesla. You can shut a Tesla down. It's pinpoint located. There's no way to steal a Tesla and not nobody notice. So we don't know what's going to happen. A few weeks ago, they said that he is not a suspect. I don't see how he could not be a suspect. So either this guy has some really high pool with a secret society that will remain nameless, or he really wasn't a suspect. So we don't know what's going to happen. I want to see how this develops. I got a little footage here, a little bit of backstory for you, let you check that out. And let's just watch this. Keep an eye on David and his former ex-girlfriend. I think her last name is Reva. So there you go.
Besides the police reportedly raiding one of his homes for evidence and him somehow being spotted online playing Fortnite.
He played a game of Fortnite yesterday.
And I know David playing Fortnite isn't really a weird concept in and of itself, but when you think of someone going through like life-changing events with a reputation being destroyed and then potentially facing jail time for murder, I feel like the last thing you would think of is them still being in your Fortnite game. But hey, that's just me. My point is, there hadn't really been any new updates on the David case until a few days ago, because apparently it's now being reported that David transferred his Texas homes to his mom's name on the same day that Celeste Rivas was identified. According to the article, TMZ reported that David was making real estate moves while police were investigating the death of 14-year-old Celeste, whose body was discovered in his Tesla. It says David transferred the deeds of 2 Houston area properties from his trust to his mother's name just days apart. But the part about this that really caught people's attention was the timing of the transfers, because apparently he made one of these transfers like a couple days after Celeste's body was identified. It also just so happens that on that same day, David's house was also swatted by a random caller. However, he wasn't actually there, it was just his family.
We got a phone call from here saying that somebody was dead. We got an address. There was a gunshot and a woman screamed. What? I'm serious. That's why we came up here like this, because and then they talked to the caller. Whoever they were talking to said that there's a person dead.
That is very scary and insane stuff. But getting back to David and him transferring the deeds. Now, obviously, logically speaking, if someone is transferring assets out of their name and putting them in their family members' names, it's because they're afraid of losing said items in possibly a civil suit. Because if it isn't under their name, they can't sue them for it. At this point in the case and everything that everybody knows about the situation already, I don't think anybody is denying that he did it. There's actually just too much evidence to deny it. There's Discord logs, messages, pictures, videos. She was even found in his car. I mean, the guy is apparently deleting any criticism in his own subreddit, because a user posted in r/music saying singer David is apparently the sole moderator of his own subreddit, deleting posts critical of him amid LAPD investigation into teens' death. And because I wanted to see if this was true for myself, I came over to the subreddit to see if they were actually deleting posts, and I guess the posts are just locked. The last post was 24 days ago, and it seems like everybody's post was 24 days ago. And if you actually want to post something, you have to click request to post, and it says this is a restricted community, only approved users can post. So basically nobody can post in the subreddit anymore. David probably in an underground bunker moving like Saddam Hussein because LAPD too busy licking each other's. Honestly, this may be true, because I know mine and everybody else's main question is, why hasn't David been arrested yet? Like, I want you guys to understand, if I did this crime or you watching this video did this crime and they had half the evidence on us that they do on David, they would have thrown us under the jail by now with life sentences.
The David situation. As of right now, David in this whole murder mystery case, he is no longer a suspect, because new news came out that Celeste, they have a biopsy. They're saying this is what they suspect, that she had a overdose. But why the hell is she still
why is she in the car? Yeah.
What if maybe she did overdose because of them, and then they're obviously trying to hide that?
Yeah, hide that. Okay. Well, my theory is like all the evidence is there, the tattoos like that. There's no way that.
Yeah, there's no way he's not a suspect, right?
It's the Chaos Theory, you hear me? Yo, this the Chaos Theory, you hear me? Let's go.